No equipment, no problem. You still want to get your workout in, but you have no equipment and you, for some reason, whatever the reason might be, do not have access to a gym membership. Do not fear, Smanga Michael Njapa is here. Today we're going to talk about a full body workout that you can do at home that is going to guarantee great gains and progress over the future if you do it correctly. Let's talk about it. Right, what is up guys? Simanga Michael Njapa here, back at it again. Today we're going to talk about a full body workout you can do at home. This workout is more so tailored for the beginner who wants to do something at home, but like I said, doesn't have access to a gym, doesn't have equipment, but there's still so many things you can do. But I want you guys to keep that in mind. I made this for someone who is a beginner at home. Okay, so number one, we have the push-up. This is one of the most functional and one of the best exercises you can do for mostly upper body strength, of course, but I find this is super awesome, especially for ladies and those of us who are not those of us, those who are getting up there in terms of their age. Sarcopenia is a real thing. I train a lot of older people sometimes, and you know, it's just the basic movements, like the ability to be able to sit, like stand up, sit slowly, like in a controlled manner, push yourself off the ground if you fall, like little things like that are things that I think the more healthier and younger of us in the population take for granted. Super great for upper body strength. Here we're working chest, triceps, and a little bit of your front delts. You want to make sure you keep your core nice and tight when you do this move. You want to make sure that the only thing that is moving is your upper body towards the ground or wherever you do the push-up on. You'll notice in the videos that I put over this that I put different progressions and different regressions of the push-up. There's the normal push-up, there's also a deficit push-up that you can do if you feel, you know, really strong and really confident. There's the normal push-up, there's the ladies push-up, and there's even another version of the push-up that you can do if you're struggling with the ladies push-up, or maybe we shouldn't call it the ladies push-up, but that's what they call it, the ladies push-up. And then the higher up you go in terms of where you're pushing from, the easier it's gonna get because of how gravity is gonna affect you. But yeah, that's gonna make it easier. Then the stronger you get over time, you could do a couple more reps. So if you started with 8 today, you do 10 maybe on Wednesday, and then you do 12 the next day, and just progress it like that. And slowly but surely, if you start where the angle's a little bit higher, then slowly but surely you'll come down and down and down and down until you're able to do a normal push-up on the ground. So yeah. Number 2 is the split squat. I absolutely love the split squat. I do have a love-hate relationship with it because it's so great and so effective that part of it being so great and effective means that it's gonna be a little bit painful. But it's not only great for leg size and leg strength, it's also great for core stability and making sure that your balance improves over time. So with this one, what you wanna think about when you do it, you'll have that one leg forward, as I will demonstrate in one of the videos, and that one leg that's behind you is gonna also point in the same direction as your torso and your face. And then you almost wanna lean forward slightly, then come straight down in a nice controlled fashion, and then when it's time to come off the ground, you almost want to push through the heels and the outside of your foot to come back up again. Try and make sure that your core is nice and tight when you do this. It's going to help you balance. But also, if you find it hard to balance when you're doing this, try and move the leg that's behind you a little bit further out, away from your center, away from your midline basically. And then the last thing is, if you're feeling this move too much on the leg that's at the back, or your rear leg, you might be doing too much of like a leg extension with your rear leg. Focus more so on the leg that's in front of you doing most of the work. Okay. Next. Hey y'all. Remember that starter pack program I told you guys about? Well, it's finally ready. So the starter pack program, just in case you might have missed it, is a program that I made for someone who's starting out in the gym, really doesn't know what to do. They want to gain muscle, they want to lose some sort of body fat, and they just really don't know how to go about the process. So that is an awesome program to just start you off and then send you in the right direction. So in that program, you'll find 40+ video library. There's a bunch of other resources that talk about meals, diets, supplementation, stretches, what stretches to do before, what stretches to do after, as well as voiceovers during the actual videos to tell you and cue you on how to do the movements properly. That thing is comprehensive, guys. I spent a long time doing it and preparing it. So it's, like I said, it's ready for you guys. So if you're ready to take your fitness to the next level and finally make that jump, be sure to comment in the video starter, and I'll make sure that I'll send it to you. Thank you so much. Alright guys, please make sure you leave a like on the video, comment on the video if you feel like there's an exercise that I leave out or I left out that you feel like this one is A1 Simanga and for some reason you didn't mention it, and I'm gonna just remind you of it. So yeah, please make sure you do that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's keep it rolling. Okay, the next one is super good for core strength, core stability, and I can't stress how often when I deal with people in real life, people have back pain, people have, like their balance isn't that great, and that all leads to, and it comes from like us having sedentary jobs and sedentary lifestyles and our cores being weak. And this one is one of the best exercises for someone who's a beginner and starting out at home. It's something like a plank. So there is a forearm plank, which I will demo. There's the forearm plank, that is like level 1. There is the alternating plank, which I'll also demo, and then there's the side plank. Of course, there's so many other variations of a plank, but those are just the 3 that I feel like once you can do these and you can progress them for however amount of time you want to do them for. So if you do the forearm plank, which is the first one I'm going to show here, for 20 seconds on Monday, and then you do it again on Wednesday, you shoot for 25 seconds or 30 seconds, just so that you make sure that you're shooting for something and you're continuing those adaptations over time. You are going to improve big time. So the main thing you want to do with the plank is when you're doing the plank, you want to make sure that your arms are about shoulder width apart. You want to make sure that your butt does not sink. You want to make sure that your shoulders and your hips are like basically level. And then you want to keep your core tight and take small sips of air as you do the plank. You don't want to take a big gulp of air and lose concentration. You also don't want to panic, because there's going to come a time in the plank, whether it's the side plank, the alternating plank, or the normal forearm plank, where it's going to get hard and your body's going to be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, which is normal again. But you just want to make sure that you try your best to calm your mind. If you need to close your eyes, do that and really calm your mind and focus on how much time you need to do for the plank. And again, progress it over time. Okay, the last one, there's no bonus point for today, I'm sorry y'all, but these are just the 4 moves that you can start with. The last one is the jumping jacks or the mountain climbers. You could do skipping. I didn't necessarily demo the skipping because like skipping was like skipping. You could do running on the spot, little things like that. Those are more cardio kind of based moves, and as much as I'm a big advocate for resistance training and being strong and gaining muscle, you still want to make sure that your cardio is decent, because well, cardiovascular health is a big deal. And yeah, those are fairly simple, guys. With the mountain climbers that I demonstrate here, you just want to make sure that you're holding and you're almost in a push-up position where your hands are about shoulder width apart. You want to make sure that when it's time to actually start the mountain climbers, you can either go knee to the elbow that's in front of the knee, or you could go across and you go from knee to the elbow that is across. So you either go that way or you could go that way. Yeah, I hope it makes more sense in the video, but sometimes I'm terrible at explaining things. But yeah, that is what you can do, guys. Those progressed over time, those will give you a really good workout at home, and just make sure you progress them over time. Okay, if you do that, I can guarantee you're gonna see great results, and you don't have to be in a gym, and you don't have to pay a membership fee, and you don't have to pay anything, because this is also free. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been valuable to you. Please make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys In the next one, the most important thing, before I go, the most important thing is that you do something. Okay? It might not be the most optimal or whatever, but let me tell you what is optimal. Doing something. Doing nothing sucks. So do something. Bye-bye.